Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's number one Chief Rocker in Knicks universe. You are now watching Knicks Freestyle. You know what for Knicks Freestyle is? It's that spot where nobody hold back. We talk about these hardcore Knicks topics. If you're a little bit touchy, then this might not be the joint for you. But this ain't the spot right here for baby food, right? This is the place where the smoke is going to be the smoke. Let me introduce my guy, the smartest dude, the most intellectual dude, the most intelligent dude in Knicks universe, my main man, the ghetto intellect. And
hey, yo.
And
hey.
Let me bring in a guy to do that, pay all the bills, the creator, the producer, the mind, the boss of this joint, right? I can say his name, but I don't even have to. Y'all know who he is. It's FreeKeith.
Ice cold.
What's good, fellas?
You know. What it do? What it do?
You know, I like
that. Yeah, that's it, y'all. Like, yo, we ain't in gangs, bro. Like I said, it's love across the house.
All right. He said it's love across the house. Y'all don't get that. Y'all don't get what they saw. Hey,
yeah, that's not for the uninitiated.
What we doing, Freeze? I can go ahead and kick this thing off, or you? What we doing?
Let me set this table right. So the Knicks beat Cleveland in Cleveland. Game 1 set the tone Saturday. Cleveland came back and kicked the Knicks' ass last night. Right. There are a lot of narratives out there. There's a lot of stuff going on, GI. Some on the court stuff, some off the court stuff, some philosophy, and all that stuff. Game 3 is Friday night in the Garden. We'll have a playoff game for the first time in the Garden in 2 years. I just wanted to set that tone, man. I'll move out the way, man.
All right, so FreeKeith, I just want to thank you for 2 amazing seasons of this platform, Knicks Freestyle. I want to thank you again for letting me ride along with you. But I'm out of protocol tonight. I missed last week. I got a lot of, so it's like that 2-on-2, and I'm out. I'm just outside the pocket right now. This is what I want to do, Keith. I really want to go right off the top, and I want to do a minute each per player. You start with your player first. Give your minute. I'm gonna time you. You stop. I'm gonna give my minute, and then I'll give the next player, and then I'll go first. And we'll keep going like that until we get through all the players. That'll be about 15 minutes of solid content. But we're going to talk about each player for the first 2 games of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank you. I want to thank y'all for the support of this show. Thank y'all for the support of this network. This is our inaugural playoff performance, our first inaugural playoff show. And we're thankful to be here. We're thankful to give this to you. Now, Keith, let's get it. I think you probably want to do an intro, say hello to the people, and then give a name and go. And I'm going to time. As soon as you get to going on that name, the clock goes.
I'm gonna go right into my name, but I just wanted to say what's up to the good people first, yo. Like, really appreciate y'all listening to our banter. I know you got other places you could be, but you spending the time with us. We appreciate that. But do me one more favor, please hit that like button, and like if you know somebody who don't know that the show is going on and you know they'd appreciate it, go send them that link. But anyway, all right, let me see who we gonna start with the first name. Jalen Brunson. I feel like the description to me, the two games was a tale of intensity. The difference between the 2 games was a tale of defensive intensity. Now, from Brunson on defense. I'm not really. I don't really expect too much from him in terms of like really being able to impact the defense. He get he does what he does with what he can do for his size. I give him that. The only thing about Brunson is he's undersized. He runs after his man. He's good with the positioning. You know what I'm saying? But like he's just his size keeps him from being the defender we want him to be. Offensively, I feel like I'm sorry, but to say between the two games, on his gameplay and defensive intensity, I think JB kind of held up. Offensively, you could see they was gunning for it.
You got 20 seconds, Keith.
Offensively, you could see they was gunning for him in the second game. They definitely was making a concerted effort to get him out his game. Yeah, he should have, in my opinion, passed out. He should have facilitated a lot more the second game. But that's really what I'm saying. I expect more. I expect more from him in the game 3. I'm good. You can have my time.
I was resetting. Thank you for your seconds, Senator. Jalen Brunson, the heart and soul of this team. His passion, his commitment is undocumented. But he has to figure out more ways to get it. The first game, he got it, how he got it all season. And you want to hope that, he's like KD, he's like some of the greats, that he could get it any way he want to get it every night. Unfortunately, at 6 feet 2 inches tops, some saying 5'11", some saying between 5'11" and 6'1" is Jalen Brunson. And the fact of the matter is that is tough to deal with when you're within trees with 7'2", 7'3", 7'4" length. And it's just not always working. Jalen Brunson can't be on the ball 90% of the time. He's creating offense. He's got to find a way to get that off the ball. He does hit great open jumpers, but we've got to find another primary offender, primary offense, or we're in big trouble. I'm going to be nice, and I am going to go Obi Toppin. Kudos to Obi Toppin. I ain't even going to be long here. Kudos to that young man. He is the one that's not afraid of those trees. I finally found an asset for Obi, and now I expect him to play more at home. We've got to play quicker. We cannot let them Evan Mobley and Jared Allen set up in that zone on that back line. We're not good shooters. We like to get into our shooting comes off drive and kick. But if the drive isn't there, we won't be able to kick. So I just want to thank Obi Toppin for being able to get inside. I see him doing more off the dribble when he looks. He's now seeing defenders who can't block his shot. So I'm seeing a lot of growth out of Obi Toppin. I was ready to write him off like Kevin Knox. He's no Kevin Knox. And I'm done, keeping it. It won't take me long for Obi Toppin.
He was ready to write him off like Kevin Knox? Kevin, like he... Okay. Yeah, about my minute. All right. So I think Obi gave good minutes. He got 14 minutes the first game and 15 the second game. I think he gave very good minutes in terms of like his production, in terms of the minutes that he got. I did like the fact that Tibbs was willing to sub Obi in early, which was something we haven't seen. That I like that he was willing to do that, but I actually didn't like when he did it, because I think he kind of ruined ruined Randle's groove that he was on, and we was like he had us up by 7. You know what I'm saying? But from Obi's part, the thing that I need him to improve, if you're going to play power forward minutes, I need you to be crashing the boards, Obi. I need you to kind of go after the ball a little bit. I need a little bit more you need a little bit more of that heart energy in you. I feel like Obi doesn't go after the ball. His rebounding numbers, to be a power forward, his rebounding numbers are really kind of sucky, I think. And if you're going to replace Randle's minutes, especially early, you got to replace that rebounding production. We are not beating the Cavs if we do not out rebound. So that's what I have to say about Obi. I like his minutes. Give me some more aggression on the board.
Next name is yours, Keith.
Next name is mine. IQ, yo. He's a little bit of a mystery to me right now. I feel like he's holding up defensively. I feel like he's holding up defensively. That all of them. I think that first game was a low key, very very good defensive game. Off top, I even saw Randle going after it defensively that first game. The second game, I feel like IQ was one of the ones that kind of didn't turn on the gas on his intensity like it should have been. But of all the guys though, I have most faith in IQ being able to bounce back. Like he hasn't offensively been productive like he's been recently, and I feel like that's coming back. I'm not out on IQ. I feel like IQ has to shake off those first the first playoff game jitters. Like I feel like he'll be all right. I would like to. I want him to get more of RJ's minutes. Yeah.
IQ. I can't believe that he looks scared. That's the one thing that, of all things, I'm surprised of. Why is IQ looking scared? And that worries me. Hopefully, getting back at home. The thing is, though, Keith, he's been one of our best road players. He's one of the reasons that we play so good on the road. And because IQ goes on the road and goes crazy, hits threes. He's just not. He's back to that. Remember that IQ that just kind of hezzy with the ball and just hezzy with the ball. And then he picked up his dribble. He didn't know where he wanted to go. And he never got any separation from the defender to begin with. So now when he picked up the ball, the defender's all over him. And he's like doing this. And you don't want to see your point guard like fending away the fight. This is not an offensive position. And IQ has been in this like making sure he don't turn over, like making sure he don't make mistakes. And I'm hoping that can change overnight. It's not that his shot is broken. It's not that it looks like his confidence is broken. And that is, I want to see him gunning. I need to see him taking 12 shots next game. If he misses them all, at least he, gets it going in a different direction because he's not helping. Nobody's defense. I'm sorry, Keith. Game 2. Nobody's defense was good enough to say that should keep him on the floor. Every not Grimes, not RJ, not Quickley. Nobody's. There's too many guys that we want to say put up a decent defensive.
I'm not gonna do that to Mitch. Because Mitch is the only one who came to play.
Well, we didn't get the Mitch.
But you said none of those guys. So I just have to throw that in there.
I'm talking of the wing. I apologize. Of the wings and guard players. Harts either. Not Harts, not Quickley, not Grimes, and not RJ. None of them four played well enough defensively to get away from all of their offensive struggles. So that's all I have on IQ. Come on, man. Just let it fly and see what happens. You might surprise yourself. My next player is hey, listen, I'm going to go right to Julius Randle. I'm going to leave you with the tough one. I am not calling that man's name first. Um, First of all, I knew Julius was not hurt. Look at what happened right at the time he came back and went down with a sprained ankle. First of all, I kept looking at the sprained ankle injury, and I've seen Jules come back from way worse than that. You can see where his weight is. So once I saw that, and I said he might not sit the whole season, but it looks like he ain't had nothing to lose. He sat the whole rest of the season. I bet you Julius mentally got himself together. He looks fresh as usual, but boy, did I think he was going to be able to bully these boys. Much This is not easy for Jules. He is another one. Listen, the Cavs present the one thing that is kryptonite to the Knicks: long athletic players. The Knicks do not like playing long, so Jules, we're going to have to rely on his jump shot this series. And he is one of the best jump shooters on the team, fortunately, but his jumpers got to get him going. If he can't pull them boys out because he hit too many threes, we're in deep doodle. But he's been doing it for the most part. Yesterday was a little sad, but he is not afraid. He's getting his shots up. And Julius Randle's a Knick for a long, long time. I don't see a reason why we would get rid of him.
I appreciate you saying that. Um, I feel like Randall gives me Mace vibes with a better jump shot. Like like that game one bullying that he did made my heart sink. And yeah, they have length, but really when we're on, the team is not stronger than us, and that's how we've been pulling down the mammoth amount of rebounds against them that we've been pulling down. And what happened yesterday? They out rebounded us. That right there is the key stat. That's an effort stat. That's a hustle stat. These cats didn't get big yesterday, and you were right. Like I feel like the defensive intensity was missing all across the board because technically the offense was kind of the same as the first game. Like it wasn't really good offense the first game either. We beat them off of defense, embodying them, getting big on them. We gotta go back to that brand of basketball, yo. Like, come on, they had it going. They coming back to New York now, so I'm hoping they swell up. But like, it's time to get big and physical. I know Mobley tall, long arms, but he can't take that shoulder in the chest but so many times. He put that that John Henry shoulder in his chest a couple times. You know what I'm saying? He's thinking about the next one. That's that. I was looking to see for Julius Randle in particular. I was looking to see how he approached the playoffs, and I'm fine. I'm fine with him right now. I'm fine with him right now. I think we're gonna get. I think we're gonna get a really good game, a really big game out of him, and probably at this next one at the guard. But that's it. That's my round, Julius. He good. He good with me.
Give me a name.
Oh, you get RJ. Mother freaking J. The man of the hour. The showstopper. I'm want to be a great two-way player Canadian Kobe. Yo, Fans last season told me that RJ had the keys. He then went to go on to be, went from the second scoring option down to the third scoring option. Like, he's got cats behind him in IQ and Quickley. I mean IQ and Grimes, who look like they're like neck and neck with him in terms of development. Yeah, even better. Like, and I don't. Something isn't clicking for me with that kid, and I need him. I think that this playoffs is very pivotal, and the team kind of needs him to be on that top of the bell curve. RJ, if everything is still going to be, if you're not going to be consistent. And if you're not going to be consistent, can it be the portion of time when you up? Like, can it be this time? Because we kind of need something a little bit more from you, RJ. I feel like your man's is not on the team's developmental timeline, and your boy might not be sitting in a Knicks jersey come next season. But
RJ, I feel most bad for your fans because you have some loyal fans.
Definitely.
And the good Chief Rocker #1 is
it's a church. It's a church.
He is severe. He's like he attends that church from time to time. I wouldn't say he pays tithes there, but it's his job, Chief Rocker, to be everywhere. So fans, man, it's just so many people that's pulling for you. Duke University. It's just so many heads that are left to hang low because of your people say you regressed this year, and I say regressed this year. Why? Because those shots that was such a low percentage that were going in sometimes, none of that is next level. None of it looks easy. It all looks very hard. And what happens when he starts to age and he's not the strongest player? His speed is already. Seen him yesterday, man. It was like high school. He got stuck with the ball at the elbow.
You see him try to ice up.
Then he had to pull all the way back. He had to pull all the way back out. He was at the elbow. He said, "Okay, hold on." He went all the way back out to get room, and I'm like, "What?"
I thought he was about to get busy, and he gave me some.
He was straight left. It started to get to points of the season, RJ, where I was like, "Oh yeah, RJ grooving." You see his shoulders get to going. He dribbling high. I was like, "Oh, he about to go straight left." And I'm telling you, like clockwork, he will dive straight to the left. Sometimes if it's lazy defense and they don't want to deal with his elbows and his shoulders and his awkwardness and his bulkiness, they get out of his way. The Cleveland Cavaliers wasn't getting out of nobody's way last night. They took all the bully ball RJ had to have. They was keeping him. He was throwing up his shots. He wasn't 3 feet from the basket. He was going full speed. But the defense had rolled him so hard to where he was out of space. And he was his shots was going off the back. His 3 balls was RJ. I cannot lie. It looks lottery-ish. It looks like you're playing for a lottery team getting these minutes. I mean, there's no way you're playing for the 5th seed in the NBA playoffs, 5th seed team, and your play and your performance is this low. RJ, there's no excuse to it. I'm going to get off something, and I'm going to get to something positive. I'm going to steal Josh Hart from you. Josh Hart, I knew you was playing too, just like Randle.
Hey, can I jump in on the RJ thing though? Just real quick. I know y'all rolling. I just want to say something just real quick, Gi. So for my people that believe in RJ, continue to pay your tithes to the heavenly mountaintop sanctuary of believers in RJ Barrett Fellowship Incorporated, right? RJ is 22, bro. Relax.
RJ is 4 seasons in. RJ is 4 seasons in on his first big boy NBA contract, the highest paid player on the team, who has also been in the playoffs already and is performing exactly the same as he did then. That RJ?
I can wait on a 22-year-old player who's been in the league 4 years, who progressively gets better, and his speed, he's just so fast. And it's just going to take him 23, 24 years old to where he all don't try it. Don't you try. Don't you.
Hello.
Don't you. I could wait on a 22-year-old player if he has such raw. He jumps through the gym. He just don't know when to jump or how to leverage his jumping. Or he's such a good player and we drafted him at 19 and he just stays injured. I could deal with that. But the RJ who barely misses games, the RJ who goes in the offseason and does what he wants to do, and his fourth year after he gets his contract, comes to camp out of shape. His body's not prepared to perform the way that he knows Tibbs is going to use him. I mean, we had to wait for that. Then he got hot for a little while. The streaks that, and all we keep saying is, wait on RJ. Wait on RJ. Here's the last thing, Freezie, and I apologize for being long-winded. You're waiting on RJ while you're getting your best years from Jalen Brunson. How does that help you? You're waiting on RJ while you're getting your best years from Julius Randle. How does that help the team? You got Josh Hart here ready to perform at a high level. Mitchell Robinson is under contract year one, and he hasn't been injured. How long are you going to wait on RJ? So is the team built around RJ? I guess is my question to you if you're waiting on.
Okay. So clearly I am the only representative of the heavily mountaintop sanctuary of believers in RJ Barrett Fellowship Incorporated. Clearly, I'm the only person, right? All right. My thing is, before RJ, we was out here complaining like, yo, Alonzo Trier. Yo, before RJ Barrett, Cats was legit talking about Kadeem Allen needed more minutes. Right? And have we forgotten where we've come from? RJ Barrett averaging 20 points a game, and we forgot that before RJ, Damian Dotson. How far? I don't know if we have PTSD or if we've become bourgeois, right? Right? I don't know. I know. I don't know if we've had PTSD or if we've gotten bougie. I don't know if we drink beer all night or we drink champagne with our pinky up. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because we in here bashing RJ like we have a history of elite wing players from this franchise. The Knicks ultimately have two historic wing players, Bernard King, Carmelo Anthony. Neither were drafted by the Knicks. We traded for both of them because we were desperate. RJ, we draft him and we bring him here. And at 22, we already talking about what he's gonna be like at 35. All I'm saying is Uncle Freezie at 22 is not the same person that he is at. I ain't gonna say my age because then people start Googling me, right? You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying, relax, bro. The Knicks in the playoffs. Relax. RJ Barrett been here 4 years, right? He been here 4 years. He had two different coaches, and he made the playoffs twice. 50-50 is a good proposition for me. You know what I'm saying? And I know I sound like probably a deacon of the Heavenly Mountaintop Sanctuary of Believers in RJ Barrett Fellowship Incorporated, right? I'm not. I just believe in RJ. It just takes time. These things take time. RJ Barrett's tenure with the Knicks. RJ Barrett's tenure with the Knicks is almost better than Allen Houston's already, right? And Allen Houston is another guy that was not drafted by the Knicks. RJ Barrett's tenure with the Knicks is almost better than Sprewell, another guy we traded for, we didn't draft. Relax, bro. RJ will be good in time. I know we want.
You said Sprewell?
Yes, we traded for Sprewell, bro.
Yeah, but you say his time here is better than Sprewell?
His tenure here is almost better than Sprewell already.
By what standard and degree?
Think about this. Think about this. When Sprewell got here, he played with probably the greatest Knick of all time, right? And RJ Barrett
at the end of his career,
right. But RJ Barrett has only played with a point guard one season, unless you want to count Elfrid Payton. If you want to count Elfrid Payton, Austin Rivers, you want to count Austin Rivers? You know what I'm saying?
He made it to the playoffs with Payton.
Yeah. He was a point guard that can't point.
He made it to the playoffs with Payton.
Right. Elfrid Payton is 27 years old. Is Elfrid Payton in the league at 27?
Dude, but I'm just answering your question though. Like you said, Elf was the point guard when we made it to the playoffs though. Like I don't understand.
Right. All right. Yeah.
Why? So why would now having a point guard is he giving the exact same performance that he gave in that playoffs?
Would you rather have Ja Morant?
Yeah.
Ja Morant is not playing tonight in the playoff game. Would you rather have Zion?
Well, Ja Morant has a team around it. Like that. The idea that one person is the reason why somebody is in or out of it. Ja Morant missed hella games because Ja Morant want to play with guns and clubs.
Right.
What I would prefer, I have a solution for RJ. What I would prefer is that RJ is playing right now today for $135 million this offseason. But he's not. He has no incentive to get better. And we could be stuck with bad goods. He hasn't had to earn his contract. That's my disappointment with RJ. And you
never have to earn.
To whom much is given, much is required. RJ must be a better player. He must be a better player. He's given something Mitch isn't given, but Mitch is held to higher regard. He's given something Randle isn't given. And Randle did not get his contract till the summer. We said what you call it was overpaid. Brunson. When RJ got his contract, people said Brunson was overpaid. They didn't speak about RJ being overpaid. It's acceptable.
Yeah, right now RJ Barrett is making $10 million.
I get it. RJ has a summer to prove that he's worth that. I agree. I totally am looking at it the same way. But if he doesn't do it this whole season, what this summer is going to give you the impression that he's going to turn it around? I don't see where the Knicks leveraged $135 million of $135 million of their dollars on RJ Barrett. I don't see the decision-making process in it. It didn't make sense when they did it, only to pivot away from Mitchell, only to pivot away from Donovan Mitchell, only to have to see him in the first round of the playoffs. This is how you prove, not giving RJ the money. This is how you prove. You beat them, and then you say, RJ, we want you to be a Knick a long time. How do we get it done? Knowing that we won that series in spite of you, not because of you. How do we get it done? We pulled you back, not to trade you against Donovan Mitchell. And honestly, if we had Donovan Mitchell with Mitchell Robinson and Jalen Brunson Julius Randle, we'd be beating teams easier. You have more
and Evan
leverage to
Fournier
negotiate.
and Derrick Rose, because like when we count pennies, bro, you can't leave out Evan Fournier and Derrick Rose because they make more money than RJ. Both of them do, and they
They
do
might get more
nothing.
minutes this year, or one of them might have got traded. Who knows? I'm assuming everybody gets traded except for Jalen Brunson, because you can't trade him. Julius Randle, they didn't want him. Mitchell Robinson, we had just signed him. You're not trading him. And Hart, we probably still would have got Hart. So that's who Mitchell Robinson would have been playing with, and Evan Fournier would have fit well in there with two guys hitting, driving the way they drive, and Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson. I'm not sold on RJ. Nothing can sell me on RJ except RJ going out there and playing. Guys, they're doing too much talking to me about RJ. RJ's got to go out there and play. I don't understand why y'all got to talk RJ's game into existence. Why can't he go out there and support y'all position of him?
You're spitting. You're spitting right now. And the funny thing is like cats will mistake what I'm saying. Think like, oh, like you think RJ's a bum. I don't think RJ's a bum, but there's a certain thing called the developmental timeline. And I think from what we're watching with the team, like like his personal developmental timeline is just not is looking like it's out of sync with the general team's timeline. Like he seems to be the only young cat who hasn't shown progress from where he was. The only one.
Really?
Yeah. Who else? Who else is not showing progress from where they were?
And this isn't fair because we have three more players to discuss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
okay.
did have
Yeah,
to.
let me move on. Let me move. Hey, salute, man. If you want to join the Church of RJ, just see FreeKeith and send your ties to FreeKeith on Cash App to join the RJ Hive.
I'm going to get us back going, and I'm going to talk about the young man, Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes, I'm giving him the RJ treatment. I really am, and he's a 20-something, 21st pick. Yeah. I'm giving him the
25th.
RJ treatment his first year in the playoffs. When RJ failed the first year in the playoffs, I didn't say RJ didn't deserve the $135 million. None of that had to do with RJ's first year in the playoffs. It's Grimes' first year in the playoffs. You got to get a little taste of it. You got to see what it's about. So hopefully those first two games, maybe he's one of those guys like Quickley we talked about earlier. Hopefully he can unlock at home. But I'm not being too hard on Grimes right now. I'm really not. I see he's kind of don't know at all when to pick a spot on this big stage, and I'm sure that's the hardest part of taking your talents to the next level. When do you pick your spots, especially when you're not the 1, 2, or 3 guy on the team? You've gone many games this season with getting minimal shots. So that's all I got on Grimes, FreeKeith. I'm not being too hard on him.
I feel like me and you agreeing a lot tonight. It's probably making for uninteresting viewership because like I'm 100% on board with that same estimation. Like to me, Grimes is exactly where RJ was his first playoffs. This is his second year in the league, and he's found himself as a starter in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving him grace like RJ got grace. But what I don't like that I'm seeing from him though is he looks a little scary. I've seen him pass off at least like 2 or 3 open looks on threes, open, looking like he was. You know what I'm saying? Like he was scared to shoot. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit at all. I'm hoping like maybe come this game. Actually, for all of them, I'm hoping that this game and being at home will be the kind of the kind of boost in the arm that they need for them to shake off the like. You know what I'm saying? That jitteriness or whatever it is that they have about the playoffs being so important. Like I'm
Bro,
looking at him to have.
he wouldn't stuck his face into action. He wouldn't stuck his face into action last night and pulled out with a fat lip.
And disappeared the rest of the way. I like Grimes too, by the way. So FreeKeith, just real quick,
But I like Grimes. Grimes is one of my favorite young cats.
I think Grimes is eventually going to be better than Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle.
Yo, you know what's so funny? I wouldn't even.
But not right now, though. But
not right now. But I feel like that's not an unfortunate. I feel like that's nothing that's a stretch.
Unforeseen.
Yeah, unforeseen. But that's not a long stretch of the imagination. I could do that. I could do that.
Okay.
I'll get the next name going, and I'm going to jump to Isaiah Hartenstein. Listen to me. I'm going to be really quick on this guy, and it's probably not fair. He probably deserves more discussion. But the guy just goes out, and he's not going to be the guy to win or lose the game for you. He will help blow some games open when he gets in his groove and gets his passing going. But when he's around the rim, nobody's getting that ball but him. Tibbs completely changed this guy's game. Tibbs, I don't know if it's for better or for not. I guess we can find. But this guy went from a stretch 5 to a 5 that absolutely stays around the rim. Now, we're going to talk about Mitch. Mitch is the only other player that gets minutes that we haven't talked about. But like Mitch, man, he get that ball on the rim. He's got to finish at a higher rate, man. Him and Mitch, man, we got bullied from top to bottom. And our big man is bigger than their big men. And Isaiah played small last night, but for who he is, he comes every night. He brings the same energy, the same intelligence. He's in the positions where he's supposed to be. It's just always the ball doesn't bounce his way all the time. But I never feel like he lets me down.
Damn it. I'm gonna have to go ahead and agree, yo. Isaiah to me is like he's a steady. He's actually good in a way that I didn't think that he'd be good. And that's like I thought that he was gonna be our stretch big and like you know what I'm saying, like a kind of counterforce to what Mitch does. Like, but this dude is like Mitch, and then like Mitch Prime, like he definitely performs. He definitely performs, and you can count on what he's giving you. I have no problems. I have no problems with iHeart. I have none whatsoever. And I look at and I feel like he's due for a big game too. And he's due for a big game too. My eye is quietly on him to flash tomorrow. I mean on Friday.
Why don't you go ahead and give us start us off with Mitch?
Yeah. Mitch. Yo. Mitch bangs. Mitch comes to bang every night. And he was like, I'm traditional with how I like my teams. You know that. Like out here, like if I'm getting offense out my center, that's cool. But what I want you to be is the defensive force on the team. And I feel like Mitch does that. He does that. He intimidates. He bullies. That dude, he had as many blocks as he had points. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I appreciate what Mitch brings. And like even last night, he was real to me. I'm looking at him like he was the only one really, really playing defense. Like he knew he was in the playoffs and they was really going to be attacked. So if he's bringing that every night, those guys, all they got to do is I just need us to get back to our brand of basketball. That's it. Get back to our brand of basketball. Meet Mitch where he at. But I have again another guy. Our fives, I have no problems with our 5 lineup, and the whole team is healthy. I have faith. I have very much faith that we can get it together. But like Mitch is such an important factor. If he wasn't there, I'd have questions about us being able to get through this first round. Those offensive rebounds are big.
Mitch is still our he's still our MVP. He really is. We can't do much without him. Especially, I mean, he is. You want to talk about somebody the team is built around? We're built around staying on your man and funneling him into Mitch and making it impossible for your man to do anything. That's the Knicks game plan. Funnel your man to Mitch. Unfortunately, for the first time, Keith, I'm going to break me and your code. I need Mitch to do more. I need Mitch to do more for the first reason. Mitch talks about wanting to do more. And he ignored the opportunities he had last night where he was the one that was getting to the middle. He was the one that was getting the ball at the foul line extended, free throw extended, and happened to distribute the ball, and he couldn't do nothing with it. He was throwing bad passes, and that was his opportunity to step up and hit his 8-footer. That was his opportunity to put the ball on the ground and start flying from 10 feet away from the hole. Mitch he's got to put some pressure on Jared Allen. Jared Allen is staying out there getting in no foul trouble. Mitch has got to make him get bad blockout positions. Mitch is not getting offensive rebounds that he generally gets. Mitch's got to do a little more. I understand he's not hurting us, and I understand his defensive presence makes it. Last night, it was a moment where the Cavs looked ugly too. But we still was like, all right, we still in it because Mitch and the boys just on that front line. It just wasn't letting no BS layups go.
Mitch keeps us in games, yo. Mitch keeps us in games. Like, that's how Mitch is quiet. For all the talk about like how everybody wants Mitch to provide more offense. Our offense wouldn't be a top 5 offense, and I think I think we're in the 20s or something in terms of shooting percentage. Like, that shouldn't be. He's the reason why, because we get so many second chance opportunities with Mitch. Of which we're like, I think, the number 1 second chance team, and that's what saves us in a lot of games. And I think he doesn't really get the props that he needs to get for that. I think you got the next one.
That's it, Keith. I'm in the chat, talking to the people. That's it. I think I did my Mitch right. I did my Mitch. That's it. I mean, we got through it all. I know Freezie wants to come in and lob a grenade, but this is this format of the show. Thank you for letting me lead it. It went very, very well. What did I expect from Friday? Yeah, I expect that if things go hard, Tibbs is going to understand this is a must-win game. Tibbs has told me and shown me he's the guy who coaches every game like his 7th game. Well, this really is 7th game. Maybe he didn't have to have no pressure on the 2nd game on the home win after he knew the Cavs had to play. Maybe that was, he went in and said, okay, that was the Cavs' best game. That's the best they can give. They have to get that on Friday to be able to compete with us. Maybe he uses that reverse psychology. I don't know how it goes, but Tibbs has got to get these guys going because now they have a baseline on how they can play. They have an absolute baseline on how they can play, Keith. What will he do when Grimes is faced with the longer defenders? I mean, when Brunson is faced with the longer defenders, that's not comfortable for Brunson. We see it. It definitely takes away his ability to shoot his pop-up 3, and that's the one that he shoots about 40%. So if you're taking that away and you're saying all he has is take the big man off the dribble, then the big man can recover, other people can help, he's not the best passer once he's too deep into the lane. So I want to see Jalen Brunson put in position to attack offensively, from a different look instead of the ball in his hands all the time. Those are two of the biggest things I want to see. But is will Tibbs be able to do something? Make sure these guys are up, and the Quickleys and the Grimes and the Obis continue to be able to provide that. I'm worried about Randle. Randle gonna get how he get it. But if Brunson has to get it in a different way, can he get him going? I put no pressure on RJ Barrett at all. I have little or no expectations of RJ Barrett.
Yeah, my expectations. Damn, yo, RJ, if you listening, like, yo, like, this ain't hate, it's encouragement, please, man. We need you to step up, bro. I look forward to this game. I think this game is going to tell us everything we need to know about the rest of the series. This game right now, like, yeah, it was expected we lose one of the two games in Cleveland. Like, just splitting those games was a plus. So I'm not mad at the wins loss of it all. Like, I didn't like the manner in which we lost. I don't think that that's going to happen like that again. I don't think so. I feel like we will rise to the occasion, and I feel like somebody like RJ might even surprise you. But I feel like we are gonna rise to the occasion. All of those dudes, the supplemental cats, IQ, IQ, Grimes, Hartenstein, Hart. I feel like they all got more offense to give us. And I'm not even talking about like monster numbers. Like, they all got more offense to give us. Like, they really wasn't their offensive production wasn't even nowhere near what we know any of them could be. And normally they're not all down like that at the same time. I don't foresee that being a thing that persists. These cats are not normally all down at the same time. Like, one or two of them is up in the game. So like, I definitely see and we're at home where your role players are tend to play better. I definitely see that this is something like, and especially with the Cavs players, Spider is built for MSG. But I feel like playoff atmosphere in MSG can be very intimidating. Can be very intimidating to the opposing team if you haven't been there before. If you really not really not like that. And I think that might even provide an opportunity. That might even provide an opportunity for us as an edge in that game. But I feel like our performance in that game is going to tell me everything I need to know about the rest of the series, and not only that, about like the moves that need to be made. But that's my spiel. A positive though, I think we covered out with the W.
I have a lot of faith in us getting the W. So I just want us to be clean, Keith. I really do. I just want us to play hard. I just want us to impress the fans and to show that we deserve to be here. We're no fluke team. Because the trolls are waiting. Trolls are waiting to troll us. So let's just make everybody believe. We know we got to retool this roster. We know this isn't a championship, but hey,
Retool.
Houston. I mean, Cleveland don't have a bunch of NBA experience over there either. You know what I mean? So it's just nothing. It's not they're bench city Osman and Karis Levert, great players, man. We got to bring it to their ass, Keith. We got to bring it to them.
They playing Danny Green. Got Danny Green getting busy on us. Like, that's crazy. Like, crazy. Disrespectful. There's no way in the world that we got these guys better feel disrespected and like come back on Wednesday. I mean on Friday, like ready to rock.
Like Nick should be getting so mad. He wants to be one of the elite defenders in the league. Evan Mobley finished second in defensive player of the year. Mitch should be out there showing him I'm a better rebounder, better defender, better everything than you. Like this.
Yeah, like how you started. Like you need to do what you started. Like keep doing what you started. That's it. Keep doing what you started.
That's all I got tonight.
Like yeah, they got length, but dog, we stronger than them. That's all I need. Dude with long arms, just knock him down.
That's all I got tonight, bro. The Lakers getting washed, man. I'm getting to some of this NBA playoffs now.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to jump into after this. Freezie!
Free. You got anything for us, Free? I think that was a dope show.
Yeah, man. And thank everybody. Thank you to everybody that was watching. You know what I'm saying? We really appreciate y'all coming through and supporting. And if you want to, become a member of the channel, click the join button on the homepage. And if you want to become a member of the heavily Mountaintop Sanctuary of Believers in R.J. Barrett Incorporated, hit up FreeKeith. We're gonna put the link out there on Twitter.
We'll put the link on Twitter.
Yeah. I'm joking. I'm joking about that, man. But the thing is, we really do appreciate everybody coming through and hanging out with us, man. We're gonna get out of here, man. We'll holler at y'all. Oh, hey, have the Knicks become a perennial playoff team? Do we expect to be a playoff team annually based on what this front office has built? If you want to hear the answers and conversation surrounding that, tune in to Blorange Tears at 9 o'clock. I got some special guests coming through. We're going to record the audio joint to put it on Spotify. Y'all come hang out with us, man. We'll be on at 9 p.m. sharp to discuss, have the Knicks progressed enough to become a perennial playoff franchise? We'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace, y'all.